This is Raven's Bloodless, aka Raven. So there's a new patch, 1.90 patch Saul chapter. With that being, the two updates for the 1.90 patch have released in rapid succession, really fast. It goes over into saying that in order to play the game, they released 1.225. Has to be installed 2 to fix that. You have the chapter, Saul chapter got released. And there's some stuff there. So 1.90 patch notes, content removed, the winter theme lobby and menu music, removed the winter accessories and theme skins from lobbies and in-game, removed the winter event gift box skin and replaced it with a mystery box, removed the possibility for the winter party starter, firecracker items spawn in chest and in the blood web. Added a secondary power key binding to the killer controls. Hag players can now rebind the teleport button, which should now prevent accidents teleporting when you use the mint rag add-on. So I've had that happen. Balances. Bloodweight changes. The mystery box's appearance rate is back at what it was prior to the winter event. Changed the half price cost of the mystery box back to the original values. Readjusted drop rates of items from 25 to 50. Design changes. Nurse. We've updated how we calculate where the nurse blinks. This change allows the nurse to blink upwards and downwards with her accuracy. The change has enabled the nurse to verify how far she blinks, allowing her to blink closer when previously she would have committed to the distance she had charged. This will significantly improve the nurse's ability to blink. The following points will address the additional balance changes that should counterbalance the improved blink. The nurse's reappearance time is now much shorter and should be occurring as she blinks. This should remove the feeling that the collision is in place before she is visible, allowing the usual feedback in order to play against the nurse. Duration of the blink now depends on how long the player charged the blink, rather than the distance traveled during the blink. The time required to fully charge a blink, 2 seconds, the maximum distance between 20 meters, and the time required to cover that distance, 1.5 seconds, remains unchanged. After blinking, the nurse used to have a special attack with different speed variants and detection zone. This has been removed. The nurse will now have a regular lunge after blinking. That kind of sucks. It was cool with the original one. The nurse lunge speed has been adjusted. She will now accelerate to a maximum speed of 6.9 meters during the lunge like other killers. Previously, her regular non-blink attack was slower than the other killers due to a reduced movement speed. We've updated how much time it takes to blink and link this timing to how long the nurse blinks. Due to the blink mechanic, movement and nurses are now able to short blink instead of being forced to blink in relation to how long they have charged. Coupling the charge long for how long the nurse will take to displace herself will allow survivors to always have a similar visual, given the time to give them enough time to try and dodge the nurse. That's annoying. So, in favor of the survivors. Blindness status now affects blocks area of hooked and down survivors. This includes Hex, the third seal. We've adjusted how scratch marks are displayed. They should no longer be showing up on the floor above a survivor and showing up on the walls that are opposite of survivor running. They will show up on under floors when a survivor is running above it. Save the best for last text and functionality has been updated. The successful attack cooldown will not be lost when changing targets during a chase and will continue to activate as long as the chase is held for more than 20 seconds. So this update was pretty much all about the nurse. And then they got a thing about the pallets in here. Implemented a new pallet management system that allows it to break the movement minimum and maximum numbers. Tweak the maximum numbers. Change the minimum and maximum number of procedural pallets that can spawn. Global change. From 8 meters to 10 meters, global change. Reduce the number of pallets that can spawn on the edges of the backwater swamp maps. Which is great because there's too many pallets on that map. Okay, especially in the back. Added logic that limits the number of generate packs that can be spawned inside the preschool map to 3 made the outside pallets procedure. There was also too many inside the school, not outside, too many inside. Change the name of Jake's Old Man head customization from the head case DLC pack. So these are some bug fixes we have. Fix the typo in the Doctor's Obedience cartel's note and that refer to the snake, shake it off instead of snap out of it. Fix the typo, some more typos. Fix the issue that allowed players to get on top of the piers in the Pale Rose. Did not know that. Fix an issue that blocked killer movement when a survivor was crouched in front of the hill bay on the combined harvester. I've actually seen that before. Fix an issue that caused perk bonuses to appear as offering bonuses on the tally screen. Huntress and something about ruins. Fix an issue that caused the nightmare's eyes to appear translucent in the game. Fix an issue that caused the Roar of Survivor opening and exit gate to show at the improper range when using the wake up perk. See, there's a lot of stuff in here that you fixed. Multiple typos in various daily rituals. Fix various impassable gaps. Thank you. In the preschool map. On the farm, in the Disturbed Ward map, and the Macmillan Estate maps, which is great, because there'd be like, you get stuck and you walk into it and you can't move from that. So there's that. Updated various offerings and add-on descriptions to properly reflect the behavior. So this is a huge update. Most of it does with the nurse, a lot of it does with, they have some pallets and they have some stuff with the, you know, the impassable objects, which is super annoying. You get stuck in between a pallet and the wall. And then, of course, we have this whole thing. Life is the most precious gift we have, a gift we are given, but the one that can be squandered. They say that it's good for us to solve puzzles, to use our minds, to get some of that positive stress. But there's a lethal limit. A limit where blood and terror create in us memories of horrors that we wish to forget. A teacher who provides a select few with opportunities to rediscover life's gifts, to fight for our own survival, or to simply give up and die. The pig is the puzzle master, and we are the test subjects. So, that is update 1.90. Like I said, they had to release 2 updates back to back because it wasn't working on PS4. If you go to the killer, here's the pig. So we have power Jigsaw's baptism. Use the ability to assume a crouching position while crouching. The pig has no terror radius. Good stuff. Hold the attack interaction to dash in an ambush attack. Start the trial with 4 reverse bear traps. Reverse bear traps are put on the dying survivors. Reverse bear traps automatically sacrifice the survivor when they trigger. Reverse bear traps trigger automatically beyond the exit gates. Reverse bear traps trigger once the timer expires. Reverse bear trap timers start when a generator is completed. Survivors can free themselves from reverse bear traps by searching Jigsaw's boxes found around the map and to find the correct key. Teachable perks, hangman, trick, surveillance, and mark your choice. So we'll go to loadout. So this is not Jigsaw, this is Amanda. I will post some gameplay later. Let's look at her bio. So her bio, we'll go to character info. When John Kramer, better known as Jigsaw, planned for his son to be born during the Chinese zodiac year, the pig, he wanted to be represent fertility and rebirth, a new beginning for him and his wife, and the start of a charmed life for his son. But the plan was shattered on the night that a junkie broke into his wife's clinic hoping to score. After the event resulted in the death of his unborn son, John finally caught up with the junkie, making him his first test subject, and the pig was changed forever too. It became a representation of the disease that was rotting John from the inside, a reminder that we are just meat, and unless we elevate ourselves by our actions, by grasping life from the jaws of death, the pig becomes a vessel, an agent of Jigsaw, converting the subjects to their test, for some of those who emerged victorious, the pig could still be a rebirth into their new lives and apprentices, even disciples of Jigsaw. That was the case for Amanda Young, a troubled soul whose life had been a catalog of harm, both to herself and those around her. That changed when she faced and bested Jigsaw's test. Deciding her life was worth something, she became devoted to Jigsaw's cause, ready to take over when cancer consumed him. But she became more dependent on John. Her anguish as her impending death combined with relief that their test subjects weren't capable of saving themselves, of healing, of being reborn in the crucible of the games. Seeing this, John presented her with another game, another chance to save herself, but Amanda let her rage and jealousy rule her actions. She failed it and took a bullet as a conscience. Bleeding out on the tiled floor, darkness engulfed Amanda's vision, accompanied by the sound like creaking wood. Then she was in a forest, once more viewing the world through the eyes of a pig. Trees surrounded her, their branches clawing at her from all sides. Waves of panic washed over her, and she hear her breath reverberating through the mask. Had she been damned, cursed to spend her days here in the skies? Or maybe this was another test. Maybe she hadn't failed at all. John always thought one step ahead of everyone else, planned for every eventuality. He would never give up, surely. Jigsaw may have gone, but he passed her on to another, a being of whom she would be the pig again. Ultimately, she saw now that she had been right in the choice she had made. The time for games was over. There was no choice for redemption of any kind. They were meat, and meat was destined to die. So that's how they explain how Amanda, quote unquote, is alive, but she's stuck in this hell. So, and you have Hangman's Trick, which we talked about before. Surveillance is brand new. The last regressing generator auras are indicated while white with it for 16 seconds. Make your choice. When a survivor rescues another from a hook at least 48 meters away from you, make your choice triggers and applies the exposed status effect on to the rescuer for 60 seconds. So I can't wait to post some of this gameplay for you. This is Ravens Bloodlust, aka Ravens. Don't forget to like, subscribe on YouTube, and follow me on my Twitch channel.